What is up, YouTube? McIntyre here. Today I want to be talking about Medivh. This guy has seen play in competitive, he's seen play in Hero League. Obviously, if you've played against him, you understand how annoying he is to play against. Kind of Medivh shines in the light when it comes to countering a comp that's trying to one-shot your team, or, providing mobility with his portal to your team to kind of give you an engage on. An example would be Sergeant Hammer, right? Sergeant Hammer sieging, you portal your team in on Sergeant Hammer. Now you've kind of closed the gap between you and the Hammer player. So these are what the cool things Medivh does. I'm going to go over some pros and cons super quick, and then we'll talk about his build and go into a gameplay. So looking at his pros and cons, we're first going to start by looking at his pros. The first pro is he counters burst comps. So if you have something like a Kerrigan ETC comp that's looking to one-shot someone on your team, Medivh does a really good job of dealing with that. He can just shield the person that's getting put all the damage into, and most of the time that person will be able to survive the situation, and you can either re-engage off of that or, run away. Another thing is with his talent, Ley Line Seal, he can VP the other team when they engage into your team, which is also really helpful. The next is going to be he's mobile, he's got mobility, and he's annoying. So providing vision with your bird form is super powerful a lot of the time, and it's annoying in the fact that the other team knows that they're being seen. So everything that they are trying to do, your team's kind of knows they're doing it and can react to it. So if two people are doing the easy camp and you're flying above them, then maybe four people can rotate in on your team and you have a 4v2 or 5v2, I guess. So this kind of mobility and annoyance can be, rewarding for you for playing the Medivh, because you're the one that's creating it, and you can, I know for me, especially when I play against Medivh, I almost get frustrated, not necessarily because the hero is so strong, but it's just so annoying to play against that it kind of gets me frustrated at playing the game, and it gives you the edge if you're the Medivh player. The last pro is going to be that he has amazing poke. This is provided by his Arcane Rift and his talent at 7 that allows him to throw his Q every 0.5 seconds. This chunks the enemy team. It actually does a lot more damage than most people think. If you can get the talent and get the quest done, you most of the time will deal more damage than more than half of your team, even sometimes more than your range carry or whoever's dealing the most damage for your team. So I think that the Arcane Rift is one of the main reasons to play this hero. It does insane damage. It's so underestimated, and the only thing about it is if you miss the Q, then you are going to get punished on this hero. So it's very important not to miss the Q, and you'll see if I miss it, then it's kind of a bust. So looking at the cons now, the first con is going to be that he has low sustain. So this guy doesn't really have sustain built into his kit until he hits 16 when he gets his heal shield. Until that point, though, there is no sustain coming out of him. So you'll see a lot of the time people pick poke, or the other thing is if you get engaged on and you shield after the shield's down, if you don't take your portal, you're going to die. So that's really the main weakness of Medivh, and how you want to counter him is either poke him or wait till the shield's down and then engage on him. The next con is going to be that he's mechanical. Just like Kael'thas, Medivh requires a certain ability of mechanics to play at a high level. If you're taking this hero and you have a hard time stutter stepping, if you're taking this hero and you have a hard time landing skill shots, or taking a risk to reward, if you do this, do you gain ahead, do you get behind, then you should not be playing this hero. I think that this hero is one of, if not the hardest heroes in the game. Now with the introduction of Samro, some would argue that he's harder, but like I said, knowing when to shield yourself, knowing when to, if you miss your Q, then you're down. If you portal and then you run too far from your portal, you can die. There's a lot going on here with this hero, and if you mess up any of it, then he becomes kind of subpar. But if you play it all really well, then he's an incredibly strong pick. And the last is going to be that he needs the right composition. So you can't just jam Medivh anywhere. You have to have a composition that's good with him, that can either go off of his portal and engage, a target that you can shield and get value off of, or someone who can stand in front of him so that he can arcane rift. The other thing with him is if you do take leyline, then having something that can engage off of leyline is really powerful and something that you should be looking for when you take this pick. Just like Void Prison, if you VP and then you have like Jaina with Ring of Frost, that's powerful, right? It's the same thing with this. If you have something that can go off of your ley lines, then you're going to get more value out of the hero than if not. So these are all the pros and cons of Medivh. Now we're going to talk about his build. So Medivh has a very standard build. Most people don't go against it. There's a few talent choices that people will take instead. The first is going to be at level 1. It's the difference between Portal Mastery and Stable Portal. Stable Portal is going to allow you to portal more often, and when you take this talent after getting the 13 cooldown talent, you do have 100% uptime on Portal, okay? But if you take Portal Mastery and the range talent, then you have the ability to like portal here to like here, right? So if you're back here and your teammates up here, you can portal them from here to there or something like that, right? So this talent synergizes very well with Portal Mastery, and Stable Portal synergizes very well with Quickening. For me personally, I like Stable Portal. I have a hard time with Portal Mastery as I haven't put in as much time into Medivh as I could have. So I haven't really mastered this talent. I will say when I play this talent, when you're looking to portal yourself somewhere, I always Alt E for my first portal, which is going to self-cast portal basically on my feet. That way I can mouse over here. I'll show it to you right now. So if I Alt E, it's self-cast, and then I can just have my mouse over here, right? So I'll show you with the cooldowns once my portal drops. So if my mouse is here and I need to escape, right? You don't have to. I guess the difference here is going like, which you can still do, but it's a bit quicker if you, like I said, just have your mouse where you want to go. So I'm running away and then I want to go there and then go, right? And then always with portals too, when you take them, Z immediately after if you're trying to escape, because most of the time the space you've created between your portal and your enemy is enough time for you to get into the bird form. And obviously when you're in bird form, you don't take damage. Okay, so that's a very important thing, and if you don't utilize that, then you'll get punished a lot of the times when you shouldn't. So I do like Stable Portal. At 4, for the most part, everybody goes bird's eye view. This is going to just give you a clairvoyance around yourself, and it's going to provide, you know, vision for yourself too. So if I were to gank this Arthas and I'm like, oh, where's their team at? I could hit this. Okay, no one's around me. Like, okay, I can engage on Arthas freely, right? Now the other team, you know, in Arthas, he will have the eye above his head, I think, but you know, he doesn't know where my team's at. He hasn't seen me engage on him, so if he's not paying attention, I can punish him there. So the quest talent at 30 is the Master's Touch. This is gonna, after hitting 30 enemies with Q without dying, I'll get a permanent increase on my damage plus a decreased cooldown on Q. So basically it becomes a 1-second Q, which is insane. I'm not going to stack it up right now, but it is very powerful. Hopefully in the gameplay I can show that off. At 10, I personally like Leyline. Some people take Polybomb. If you have lower mechanics, take Polybomb, okay? Because your Leylines probably aren't going to be what you want them to be, and you're going to get more value off of Polybomb. Plus, at lower ratings, teams are very bad at splitting on Polybomb. And, I mean, at the end of the day, Polybomb is a 2-second CC on a target, so it's not bad. Like, sometimes I can even take Polybomb. I just like Leyline. I think it's more fun for me, but a lot of the time, either choice is taken. You'll see them both in competitive and in Hero League. So at 13 now, I'm going to take the Quickening. So again, what this is going to do is when I portal now, this portal will last as long as my portal cooldown, and now I should be able to reportal, okay? And one thing when I personally take portals, I always hold space. So when you spit out, all you have to do is either re-click the middle of the screen to retake the portal, or now you're in position to land a skill instead of going. Actually, yeah, I always do this so that now, like, if they're at the top right or something of my screen, I know that I just have to throw it up to the right. You don't have to do this, because if you don't hold space and you take the portal, it does center you up, but that's just a personal thing for me, and I might as well give you guys the advice that I use, just, you know, in case you want to use it. At 16, there's 2 different talents here now. This is going to either be reabsorption, which is going to heal. This is when you finally get to provide yourself some sustain, or circle protection. If you have heavy melee team, circle protection is actually really powerful, but for the most part, reabsorption is where you want to be at. Basically, when you take damage with the shield up, you get healed. Right? So now you can heal on towers, you can heal on camps. Like, everything heals you. Every time you take damage, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a hero source. Just anytime you take damage, now you'll get healed. So now at 20, there's so many different talents to take here, honestly. If you're playing like Spider Queen, this talent's really good. It instant kills waves and catapults. Like, you can just push waves out. Invisibility is really good if you have a hero that's trying to get a pick, like Kerrigan or Butcher or something along those lines. Even ETC, sneaking him in as stealth is actually really good. And the other is Medivh cheats. This increases the duration of this. Plus, you can re-aim it. So, like, if I shot this way, right, I can bend it back this way and get like twice as much value on my ultimate. Or, you know, let's say 2 people up here, I throw it up here and then I bend it down and hit 2 more. You can split their team a lot. Like, a lot of the time what this is for is, like, I hit the Jaina up here and then the Ariel's over here or something. And so I hit the Jaina and then I hit the Ariel. Now Jaina's gonna unfreeze and Ariel's still gonna be frozen, right? So that's kind of the idea of the talent. But that is his build. That's what I'm going to be using this game, so I'll see you guys in the gameplay now. Alright, so we're hopping into this game. We actually ended up with a pretty strong composition. It is on D-Shire, so this is one of the maps that Medivh's decent on. He can control the middle to bottom lane, and you get a lot of free stacks on your Q for your level 7 talent, just between the 2 lanes. The one weakness that he has on this map is that his wave clear is fairly weak, and a lot of the time you spend on him is just in the air or harassing. So not really being able to push the waves is going to be a weakness, but I think with the Ariel and the Vala, they have enough wave clear together, and I can just shield the Kerrigan to protect. Also have the ability to, like, portal in on their backline, especially the Zagara. It's a fairly easy gank the Zagara is. So, like, all I really want to do is just fly around them. This is just going to kind of set them off. Oh, is that a humongous combo? Oh, I think I could have saved him. I didn't actually think the Kerrigan was gonna die. I think that was totally my fault. My Medivh still needs some work, so I'm gonna fly down bot. Yeah, so I've been really actually practicing a lot of Medivh, and I think the hardest part for me is actually using Force of Will. Because it's on such a low cooldown, it's totally okay to spam it. And I don't think that I cast it enough. Alright, so we'll go back to in the bird form again, and we'll head down to the bottom to see if anybody's down here. So nobody was here. If they do show up, we can play kind of portal tag with them. be able to tap super quick. I'm not sure why the Vala is top. I think she has 0 chance in beating the Zagara in lane. But that's the way my team's decided to set this up. Ooh, close. So we take the range now. I really want this globe. The one thing about poking their team is because they have the Brightwing, we actually can't really poke. Not really effectively, at least. Oh. So Li Ming did tap. I'm gonna go help Joanna. I'm almost to 7. Once I get 7, I'll be able to get the talent. We should be able to get a lot of poke here on this guy. I'm actually going to go mess with the Zagara top. So what I'm gonna do is fly behind him and then portal my teammate in. Just like that. Maybe he takes the portal out now. I think we got enough. Yeah. And I'll soak. It's like a really good way to gank a lane. Is the portal, like, go behind the enemy and then portal your teammate in. You get really easy ganks in solo lanes especially. So I don't really like throwing Q on the wave, but it's not terrible here. Instead of Master's Touch, I could have taken Arcane Explosion as well. This is actually a pretty good talent with like heroes like Butcher and Kerrigan, because they're gonna jump in, and when they jump in, you kind of, you know, pop out. You give them the shield. I'd say almost every time you do end up giving them the shield, and oh, that Li Ming hit me. Should be able to kill this guy. Oh. I really want to back soon. We're already at 7. Like I said, you'll get a lot of Q stats on this map. So we're gonna back now. I think you get full mana. We currently have the most hero damage. Most of the time, like, I feel like in my Medivh games, I always come out with most damage. Your Q actually does a ton of damage, especially after you get this talent done. You not only decrease the cooldown of it, but you get bonus damage on it. Like, oh man. Oh, he evaded that auto attack. Pretty sure that was definitely a death. Oh, I blocked the orb. Oh man, what a beast! There's like 3 people there. I miss my Q altogether. That was an aggressive blink out of that Li Ming. This game, I'm gonna go Polybomb. I have a tap. I might have a tap. I just don't have it. We don't have a tap mid. Let's see if we get bot. We do have a tap. Okay. Almost there. I need 12 more on my Q, and then I'm gonna get that spike and damage. I took polyball in this game. I think it'll be really good for the Li Ming. If Li Ming like goes in and I polybomb her and she tries to get the reset, then we'll be able to. Oh, I can also polybomb the right wing emerald, which ended up turning out pretty good. We'll take that. Casually polybombing that emerald. Totally planned, guys. It's a good chunk. Gonna look to fly top. I think the Zagara's up here. Can get a lot of damage on this guy. Really all I want to do. I don't want to try to duel him. I don't think I may have been able to if I was full health, but being weak, I'm not even gonna try it. Plus, I only need 4 more Qs for my talent. That's so much more important right now. Just make sure not to die before I hit 4 more people. So I had mid now. Should be able to basically finish it up here. The Joe right now is a really easy Q target. Might be able to save this guy. There we go. Talent's done. Oh. Dang, lost another DK. Still pretty weak. I'm gonna troll this guy. He'll probably go to headbutt me, and when he does, I'm gonna take the portal. No, he didn't. Oh shit! This is not good. This is not good at all. Just gonna run this way. Don't mind me. Huh. All right. Did it get? Let's go. I'm still gonna come back into this fight though, because I might need to protect my team. Like, just because you're low doesn't mean you should back. Like, in that case, the one shield that I threw was enough to save my team. Oh shit, that was a terrible portal. Portaled way too far. Alright, so I'm gonna get full mana and full health. Still have top damage. Definitely haven't got to play as aggressive as I'd like. Sometimes when I play Medivh, I like protect me, but in this game, I'm actually more focused on this Kerrigan. Because I think if they can't kill Kerrigan, then we win. Oh, did I really miss that? You can do like this stuff too. I just find that to be so troll. Like, it's not actually that effective. Oh, man. That guy got whipped into the wall, then pulled into a Kerrigan combo. So I'm going to take Reabsorption. This is like the heal talent. So what's like important about this talent is even if I take damage from like this mid-fort, I still get healed. Should be able to kill this guy. I should get him back for full. Our team should have DK for free. We have control of bot, and me and Vola. I mean, I just had a portal right here, so I didn't see anybody. Yeah, so I can get full. Now we can look. Normally on D-Shy, I really like just pushing one lane. Ooh, that panda barely got out of there. I normally like... I'd like actually like getting all the forts and then just focusing one lane, which is normally the bottom lane, you see? Did he heal me? Oh shit! Awesome. Yeah, there you go. There's Medivh at work, actually. When you get on the chase, you just plow through the other team. I'm really low mana. Oh shoot. All sins exposed killed me? I think I ate a full magic missile there. I did. I ate all 5 missiles. I had a bad feeling about that because I didn't have any mana. I think this game's still ours, but he might be right. We could have just thrown. I think at 20 this game, I want to take this. It's Polybomb. Guardian of Trisfall is not bad here either, because then one-shots the waves. So you can push basically for free. I mean, invisibility I think is fairly strong with Kerrigan as well, but I would only take that in like competitive scenario, I want to say. Because then you can like really synergize. Should be able to just like walk up and chunk DK. Okay, so they're pushing bot. I'm gonna make sure that Ariel doesn't die. That would be very bad. I'm gonna take a full magic missile. Shouldn't have left my portal. We actually could throw this game. He went Cannoneer too. All magic missile build, so that's why his missiles are doing a ton of damage. 1,000 damage there. Maybe I'm throwing this game. I figured our team would engage a bit more aggressive. I don't think Chin ulted at all that fight. Chin, you should ult when I go like that. Oh man, permanent Archon. This is gonna get ugly, I think. If any more deaths happen, we lose. That actually explains a lot that Chin didn't ult, and he still died. An earlier ult would have helped, but I also threw too. I came off my portal. You should never come off of your portal. Like, I should have portaled I should have gone back through. I thought I could kite them, but I ended up just suiciding by doing that, so it was a wrong play. I still think we have a chance, but now it's come down to, you know, whoever gets DK wins. Before we had like backup plan of, oh, okay, we can lose a DK and still be in the game, but we just kind of lost that. Plus we had the 20 advantage, so I was really looking to be aggressive with that, and we weren't so aggressive. So now I want to just find them. Here they all are. That guy just lasered? We'll put a portal down for the Kerrigan in case she wants to take it. Oh, she kited my... No way. I have a bad feeling about this, actually. So I think the Li Ming is somewhere up here. Oh no, she's in base. DK and core. I think we got it. I think we got it off that team fight. Should be able to just get DK and then win the game. Guys missed. What did he take at 20, the Li Ming? Arcane, that's right. They should be able to just core here with this talent now. I mean with this DK. Mid's open. Whenever like keeps up, like the only time the other team can defend this is if they get a pick on your team as you're walking in. But most of the time what happens is DK can go straight core. And let's say they're all up, right? DK goes straight core, you follow behind DK. If they don't attack you, then you attack core. If they do attack you, then you kite and DK cores them. GG. We ended up taking the most damage. I don't even know what this is so weird, like because Medivh's a specialist, he gets top points on his own role. It's really weird. Because he is technically supporting. So he ends up getting, oh, I get a backward tire. He ends up getting his own stats. So we'll go over the build one more time before we end this video. Like I said, this game I ended up going Polybomb. I probably could have taken Leyline. I think both are really good, and I actually think Polybomb was weak here. I just took it I don't know. I feel like using it. I haven't used it in a good while. But, you know, Polybomb is really strong against Samros and Mishas with Rexars and Chins with the Panda Pals. Like, these characters that create more than one hero, Polybomb does a lot of work against. And especially against, like, teams that group a lot, too. Like, heavy melee compositions, it's also fairly strong. But I think Leyline was probably better here because then I can Leyline Brightwing in the back line and then maybe target the Zagara, something like that. But it ended up going pretty well for me. As you can see, though, you can keep portals up 100%, which is why it's so important to stay near your portals. Because by the time your portal ends, even if you're near it, you should be able to re-portal to another place. And if you leave your portals, then that's when it becomes a problem. I think one thing with me personally, when I play Medivh, and something that I continue to learn and practice on, is that you don't have to just use your shield off cooldown, your W. A lot of the times I take portals and then immediately shield. But I feel like you can go through and Q and not just go right into your shield and save it to get a couple extra Qs and autos off. The other thing that I need to practice more is auto queuing. So when you chase, you can get auto off and Q. I think I need to practice that a bit more, but this is the build. That was the gameplay, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to throw a like on the video and throw a subscribe. You can always check me out on Twitch and Twitter, which are also going to be located below this YouTube video. Thank you guys again so much. Sorry I've been missing. I'm back now, and I'm going to continue to create content for you guys. So cheers, guys. Thank you all for the support, and I'll see you all next video.